Hey guys, it's Samos here, and I'm going to be playing FTL, or Faster Than Light, is a recent indie game to come out on Steam. If you've wanted to be a captain of a spaceship, then this is probably the game for you. So I've just started a new game, and I'm just going to have a look at the ships. I've got 3 so far that I've unlocked. I'll go back. This one is the Kestrel, which is your original ship that you get. The one called the Taurus, which is slightly nicer, looks a bit different though. And this is the Adjudicator, which is a very flash looking ship, but I think for this first playthrough, which I'm going to do, I will pick the Kestrel. And also I'm going to change to easy mode, because it's actually relatively difficult even on easy, which is kind of interesting. So we will start and be on our way. Alright, so the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. Tip: augmentations. Your ship can only hold 3 of them. They will provide you with unique benefits to a system, the crew, or the entire ship. So let's continue. So, here we are in space with the Kestrel. Now, you get 3 people to look after your ship, so you always need, well, you most of the time need someone to be sitting in the engine, I suppose it's the cockpit, I suppose. Otherwise the ship can't move. As you'll see, if I take him out, that guy takes over, but if we move them all out, then it shows here that there's no pilot, and so the ship's offline. So we'll have a guy in there, so we always have someone there. Now, depending on how you want to work your ship, I suppose I'll go over everything. Here's the hull, obviously, so that's how many hits you can take before your ship is destroyed. Shields, they give you an extra hit against some weapons that the enemy will fire, others they can go through. Here's the fuel. Each time you jump between one little point in the map, which I'll bring up shortly, you use up one of those. Missiles, so every time you fire a missile, which I have one down here, it's called the Artemis. So there it is there. It also use up a missile. And drone parts, which you use if you can actually get one installed. It's called a, go into here, the equipment is called, well, it's basically a drone system, but on a lot of ships it doesn't actually have one installed. You have to either find one or buy one as you're travelling through, so we won't worry too much about them. Scrap is the currency, so if you win fights against other ships, or you just find it, sometimes you get scrap, which you can spend either in shops or on the ship itself, which I'll go to in a second. Oxygen, you got to make sure your ship is full of oxygen at all times. If you get a hull breach or leave your doors open, then the oxygen will start to drop, but fortunately we can close those doors again and bring the oxygen back up. Here's all your guys. If you leave them in a certain room for long enough, they'll specialise and get a lot better. Down here is your power, so you have to have enough power to power everything. So as you can see, I've got 2 little bars that I haven't used. Generally you want to try and keep everything full, makes it a lot easier. The only problem is weapons takes up 3, and I've only got 1 more spare, so at the moment I cannot have both weapons, because it tells me I don't have enough power. But what you can do is, the scrap that you get, you can spend on upgrades to your ship. So you can upgrade the shields, the engines, the oxygen, weapon control, and the med bay, and also your piloting, your sensors, and your door system. But the one I'm going to use at the moment is the reactor, so you can upgrade that and get more power bars. You'll see your crew, get rid of them if you want. And equipment is what you currently have, so as you can see I've got a missile launcher and a laser. So we'll accept that, and you can now see we've got another point, so I can have both weapons online at once, which is awesome. So, with your crew, as I said before, you can have them in different rooms. So obviously depending on which room they're in will help out. Generally, you always have to have one pilot, otherwise your ship doesn't move. You can fix that later on by actually buying like an autopilot system, but for the start it's always best to leave someone in there. Down here obviously you can see all the different rooms, and with this little marker means that they can be crewed. So you can have someone in shields, someone on engines, and someone on the weapons. So I will put one guy into the engines and one guy into the shields. So that's about all we can do here for the moment. So we're all good to go. So we will move to the next point. So as you can see, if you click jump, it comes up with a map, which you can click on to see. As you can see, it's close to a whole lot of places. A few different things. This is just an ordinary, obviously you haven't visited there, so you're not sure what it is. Purple was obviously you've been there before. And this is a nebula, so you cannot really see what's going on when you go there. So we shall jump for the first time. We'll go here, and off we go. Okay, so here we go, and we have met with a Mantis Scout. Upon completing your jump, you receive a message from a nearby ship. Greetings and welcome to our beacon. For a small fee, we'll let you continue on your way. So I can either pay the toll, but I haven't got enough scrap, or I can reject their offer. Obviously they want to, it's just, well, they want me to pay basically to move on, so I'm going to reject because I can't do anything else. And they are going to attack me, so here's where the fun bit. Too bad, you will regret this decision. So you can pause the game, which is quite nice, hitting spacebar, and generally what we want to do is, so they'll now attack me, and obviously try and take out my shields and then take down my hull. I want to try and do the same. So what I generally do now is I will take a guy in the engine room and put him into the weapons room, because it gives a little bit of a bonus. So what I'm going to do is the missile that you can fire, it ignores shields completely and just does some damage, whereas the lasers, they will fire, but if there's a shield up first, that will obviously disappear and then they'll attack. So what you can do with the missile, with all weapons, is you can actually pick what part of the ship you would like to attack. So in this case, probably the best one I want to take out is his weapon system, so that he can no longer attack me. But I'll also attack his shields as well to take them out. So we'll unpause, and off we go. Wait for my little guy to move in there. Cool. And once the weapons charge up, takes a while, unfortunately. There we go, missile away. Cool, so his weapons are now out. As you can see, they've gone red, so he can currently no longer do anything. So, fortunately, I can now take him out very easily. And as you can see, he's now dead. Which is easy, but I mean, this is the first stage, so it's not surprised that things are relatively easy. So, the ship has exploded, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. So generally you'll get fuel or missiles and some scrap, which has now been added. So you can see I now got a little bit more. And now that it's done, I can jump. But what we'll do, we'll just see if there's anything else I can probably upgrade. The one thing I find useful at the start to upgrade is the sensors. Because what you can do is upgrade them, and the next time we see an enemy ship, we'll be able to see in the inside. So I won't be able to see where they're who's the pilot, you know, where the pilot is and where everyone else is, so that's relatively helpful. So we'll move on. Let's just pick one at the moment, so we'll go with this middle one, I believe. And your scans reveal a mining base on a nearby planet, long since abandoned. No life signs detected. And that's it. I mean, sometimes things don't happen, which is, I suppose, is a good thing. Obviously, you don't get anything from it, but that's all good. We will make another jump. And obviously, I probably should have explained earlier, is we're trying to make it for the exit so we can go to the next sector. So then it's up to you whether you want to take a long way and try and get some cool stuff, or if you just want to try and get there as quickly as possible. As you can see, I'm probably 1, 2, 3, 4-ish away, unless I decide to go in a slightly different route, maybe this way. Although I can't actually get... yeah, I can go that way. Actually, I might go that way. I'll follow around here, so that gives me another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 jumps. So the other thing you got to watch out for, which hasn't appeared yet, is the rebels will start to push in. So probably after this jump, I will be able to see them on the map. But for the moment, we'll just wait and we'll jump. Okay, asteroid field. So, a pirate ship was lying in wait inside this asteroid field. It immediately moves to attack, so obviously all I can do is fight. I'll pause the game in. Now, the fun about asteroid, well, not really fun about asteroid fields, is that you will constantly be attacked by rocks. So, it happens to both, so it's not just me who gets attacked, he gets attacked as well. But as you can see, upgrading my sensors has allowed me to see the inside of their ship, so I can now see that they have 2 unit soldiers, passengers, whatever you want to call them. One's flying the ship and one's going to go and do something. So I will keep my guy there in the weapons bay, and we shall fire a missile at their weapon system to take that out, and probably take their shields out at the same time. So here we go. As you see, my shield's been taken down by the asteroids, which fortunately I don't have to worry as much. Okay, so I've taken out their weapons and their shields, which they are now attempting to fix. And I have a fire on board, so we'll just pause the game there. Things catch on fire, well, your rooms will catch on fire. If it's in a room that's important, like any of these here, then it will start causing damage. And eventually you'll start to lose, the room will become unusable. Probably not a good thing if the oxygen runs out, because you will perish. Any room really. I mean, the medic bay here is obviously if your guys get some injuries, they can go in there and heal up. But the good thing is, because the fire is near the exit doors, I can actually open the airlocks, and that'll put the fire out for me, so I don't have to worry about it too much. But while I'm here, I will finish them up. Take out these shields again. Oh, and I missed an asteroid, took them out anyway, so... Alright, so the ship has exploded, leaving behind some more useful stuff. So 2 more fuel, 2 missiles, and 21 scrap. So, alright, so now that the fire is out, as you can see, I will close the doors up again. Now generally this finishes pretty quickly, but sometimes it will take a while. But I'm going to jump while I can do so quickly. Get out of the asteroid field. Okay, that's quiet. Alright, you see a civilian space station hit with heavy damage. You receive a message. We have been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have any extra. And obviously they will buy drone parts off you if you have any. Unfortunately I do not, so I cannot. So I'll just have to ignore it. And shields will come back online, which is awesome. As you can see, the room where there was no oxygen goes to a slightly darker colour. Once this hits back to 100%, which it will eventually. And as you see, I've also taken some damage, so I've lost a point there, but that's all good. It's only 1 point of damage, which is fine.